my name is Polly, and I'm one of the teammates of group number 9, and I'm presenting today from London.
Hello everyone, my name is Petrus Radeviel. I'm presenting to you from Cyprus, and I would like to introduce to you group number 9, and our team members are Angelos Koutsoupias, Patrick Friesman, myself, Petrus Radeviel. We have Polygeni Florensu, and we have Sergi Laptenok. The topic that we would like to present to you, or our newly set up business, making use out of the blockchain technology, it's all about the mortgage refinancing industry. In other words, we will only focus on homeowners who currently have a home mortgage and are looking to refinance their current mortgage in order to obtain a better interest rate or better terms.
Hi, this is Patrick from the Daneo Team. I'm going to walk you through our customer value proposition and, most importantly, what we believe to be our unique selling points. Our main value proposition is a socially inclusive peer-to-peer funding approach that will revolutionize the traditional mortgage refinancing industry. We offer first and foremost trust and transparency for all parties. The traditional system oftentimes leaves borrowers with the need to trust brokers without even being able to verify the effort those agencies put into their respective application. Take, for example, how many potential lenders did they actually try to find before coming up with an offer for you?
Refinancing is a procedure that is not very transparent at the moment, and also not extremely competitive in terms of offering different kinds of solutions for consumers. While if you're a first-time buyer, especially now I'm going to talk about the UK because this is where I live and I have experience with. In the UK, when you're first-time buyer, a lot of lenders will give you different products.
We already came to the conclusion that it's definitely a big advantage for this industry to make use out of the blockchain technology. It will give lots more transparency. We can work way more efficient, and by this it can lead to a tremendous amount of cost savings for lenders, but also for borrowers. But the most interesting part of our project, which I believe, is that with this new technology and with tokenization, we can basically securitize home mortgages, slice them in pieces, and have one home mortgage be funded by potentially by thousands of different lenders, and they could be located anywhere in the world, and you will be able as a lender to lend out $100, or you can choose to lend out $10,000 towards a project, towards a current home mortgage.
Obviously, mortgages are very heavily regulated, and regulation is actually my part in this project, to research regulation. The way I envision the whole system, maybe is, at this point, is a bit simplistic and quite rough as an idea, is that many different players will have to get permission on a certain blockchain on our application, and so it will be a permission blockchain where different people or different parties would be able to go in and get data, and also look at data. For example, all the paperwork that has been done for the house when it was first mortgage will have to kind of somehow and be on the platform, and then checked and so on and so forth. And insurance, mortgage insurance is another thing that we need to think about, and how mortgage insurance, people who, underwriters basically, who are involved in this kind of business will be able to go in and do their job. But at the same time, they will have to be excluded from looking at other data, which is personal data. Personal data will be an issue, definitely from a regulation point of view. So that's why I'm thinking a permission blockchain where people can kind of tap in and out and do their job, and not being able to see the rest of the stuff that they don't need to see, basically.
I would like to tell you a little bit about my own experience. Once I lived in the United States, I have refinanced my own mortgage about 4 times, and it was very cumbersome. You find out that the current rate, by reading online or in the newspaper, the current market interest rate is definitely lower than the current rate you have on your mortgage. So what can you do? You start to call companies. They give you some teaser rates on there, which may not even apply to you because it's all based upon your credit score, your loan to value rate. In other words, how much have you paid off upon your house mortgage so far up to this point? And it's also based on your income, your history of unemployment. So these rates may not even apply. First of all, it may take a while to get the right person on the phone. When you get them on the phone, they will first of all need a lot of your personal information, like your credit score, your tax returns, you name it. It's not really pleasant to give out all this personal information towards companies you don't even know that well. I mean, they're not pre-screened by anyone. Anyway, you end up handing over all this personal information towards these companies. They may end up calling you a few days later, if you're lucky, with a tentative interest rate, which they may be able to secure you. If you go ahead with that, you're basically going to be locked in because they're going to order an appraisal for your house and so forth. I have had instances that I finally signed up with a mortgage company to refinance my mortgage, and a day later I was contacted by the other mortgage company that I've contacted, telling me that I have a better rate. But at that point it was already too late because the appraisal was already being taken care of, and of course you pay for this.
Blockchain technology will eliminate any of those centralized middlemen and provide maximum transparency. Daneo achieves this by introducing smart contracts. All business logic will be expressed in a programmatic way, and users are able to operate in a trusted, secure, and transparent environment. Authenticity. All information and documents are stored as immutable and truly access-restricted records. This decreases the risk of inconsistencies and enables equal access for all involved parties. Better operational efficiency. Efficiency is drastically increased due to process streamlining. Think of how automated executions and workflows reduce the amount of paperwork required and also eliminate waiting and communication times in between single tasks. This is indeed a huge leap forward, as usually the mortgage process is comprised of a number of manual steps and does not at all leverage available technologies for potential optimizations. Better efficiency will also lead to a drastic reduction of fees involved. In fact, for example, according to Capgemini Consulting, savings resulting from task automation through smart contracts are estimated to be anywhere between $1 and almost $5 billion for the EU area alone. And we are especially proud to be able to offer a fast sign-up process that for the average home mortgage holder should only take about 15 minutes, provided that all documentation is readily available. At Daneo, we also share the strong belief that responsible borrowers should be rewarded for their example behavior. This is why customers who can show good payment history with their mortgage in the past will be able to get listed on the platform and thus get a fantastic opportunity to save on their future rates. And these savings again will accumulate very fast due to long times of maturity. We hope that we can truly provide an attractive investment platform, taking into account that our platform offers solely refinances. All borrowers already have a mortgage history. This is why we believe that we can provide potential investors with a reliable data on credit scores right from the beginning. And also the ability to trade fractions of loans and reduced issuing and order fees will provide the basis for a very attractive investment platform for all kinds of investors. But what sets us apart from our competitors? Various blockchain-based lending platforms have been developed and mostly for consumer lending purposes, but they are currently designed obviously for very small loan amounts. And also real estate investment platforms for commercial property are being launched, but none of these businesses focus on the mortgage industry. Only recently, startups emerge who try to improve the mortgage lending process by incorporating blockchain technology. Main competitors would include Block66 and Homeland, both who are conducting public pre-sales through token offerings in the near future. We believe that we can truly achieve a much faster time to market than our competitors by focusing on a niche product, namely the secondary market of refinancing. Existing mortgage history provides a strong basis for evaluation and strengthens the confidence in the final risk rating. This is especially important to gain trust in the early days of our system and provides a huge advantage in comparison to competitors. And due to the nature of the highly specialized platform, the listing process can be provided in a fast and straightforward manner. So to summarize, ease of use and full transparency are two of the platform's primary goals and probably the most distinguishing factors compared to competitors or traditional systems.
Researching regulations and where to base the company, what kind of legislation has been developing and all that. I'm specifically looking into Malta. From the 1st of November, Malta had placed some legislation regarding blockchain business and digital currencies. So by looking at specifically 2 different countries within the EU, because we want to base the company in the EU preferably. I looked into Latvia and Malta, and I really do think that Malta has a lot to offer as a base for the company.
Of course, we can communicate that we're making advantage of the blockchain technology, but it should not be a requirement for the end user to know everything from A to Z about the blockchain technology. So in other words, the sign-up process for the end users, for the borrowers and the lenders, should be very fast, less than 15 minutes, and this should also be noted on our website or on the app, which they can use on their cell phone. Once they are registered, they should be able to see all their activities. Me as a lender, I want to see exactly the project which I have funded so far, what my return on investment is, what is the average ROI of all the projects on the website, how can I compare that to the investment that I made myself. Has a project reached its funding target? Because that may not be happening if we are securitizing the mortgages. In other words, we slide them in pieces and sell off all those pieces to a large number of investors. Investors need to be notified once a funding target has been reached, and After this, they will receive their proof of mortgage holder tokens. There should be very clear communication about this, and this should all be shown in a website portal or either on their app. I would like to give you one example, for example, about a functionality which we have seen with one of our competitors, which we really do not believe in. We saw this happening with Block 66, which is a company that serves the complete mortgage industry. So they have no segment as we have with the refinancing market. When researching their white paper, it turned out to be that once they release the funds, once they originate a mortgage, they require for the mortgage holder to set up a crypto wallet in order to receive the funds. So in other words, the borrower, which require funds to pay for their home, is required to set up a crypto wallet, and they will be paid out in cryptocurrency. We believe this is not really realistic. I mean, how many people have the knowledge of setting up a crypto wallet, receiving crypto, especially with cryptocurrencies being so volatile nowadays? We really don't believe this is realistic or even feasible in doing this. So we believe at Daneo we should be very practical and to the point with our end consumers on what we do and what we offer, and we should make it very clear and user friendly.